welcome back to the channel where today I'm probably going to have to scream into the camera because I am out on a balcony overlooking the cityscape of Kansas City, Missouri from probably the best possible location that you could ever view it from. So yeah, I'm screaming and there is a pool party happening below me, and last night there was a concert right there. Somebody was moving next to me. Yeah, it's like two friends. I don't know if you ever heard of that. They were playing till like midnight last night while I was trying to go to sleep. So, anyways, yeah. Without further ado, I've been doing all right on chess, and sorry if you can't hear anything I'm saying. But yeah, there's like I said, literally. Yeah, so that's actually coming from Kansas City Live, the music. That's not the pool party below me, so I don't know. It might just start ringing your ears here in a minute. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is play chess. We're going to play a 10-minute game. That was my last game. I'm going to make sure I'm recording. And we'll see what we get. Looks as if I'm going to have to go back to play a game. Here we go. And we're white against the 1560. Okay, yeah, the flow doesn't work. So, e4. Game aborted. New 10-minute. Now it'll probably be black. How about that? Gotta love it. Alright, so should we play the Caro-Kann or should I do... We're going to be froggy. I'm going to play e5. I'm going to play e5. We face the Italian. Will we get a Dark Knight Gambit? Playing the two knights defense. So in the Italian, that's just a free pawn, right? Like you don't do that. You don't do that on the Italian. You do that on the Maria Lopez, right? I'm gonna take it. That's what's gonna happen right now. And potentially coming in with d4. See, the thing about whenever I play these positions, I'm not familiar with these positions. So, but I'm gonna play d5 because I think it looks like a good move. The e5 is still guarded by my c knight. Let's go ahead and guard that e5 pawn again, since he's now hitting my c knight. Or should I just come here with a very versatile move? I think I like this, queen to f6. Yeah, let me know what you think. Is it a pretty cool idea, or what do you... I mean, yeah, you can't hear me very well, I'm sure. I don't even have, like, my good mic because I'm traveling out of town. Okay, so... that does cause some problems. So if I go knight to d6, knight e to d6, that leaves me in quite a rough position. Let's be perfectly honest. But I don't know what other options I have. I would just have to lose the pawn, then I'm already up, and then block with the bishop, I assume. Okay, that's actually not horrible. That bolsters the d5 pawn. I am not entirely sure why he didn't. So I think Queen G6 is fine. I'm gonna lose the E pawn, and in hindsight, it looks as if taking the quote unquote free pawn with my knight earlier was a mistake, and I figured it would be. I believe actually Robert Oppenheimer took the free pawn in the Italian against, and of course, yeah, this is actually really not good at all. Because now he when he moves, it's discovered. Check. So I basically have to look for moves that whenever he moves his knight is not going to be pointing at me. And I don't know if any of those apply. This seems like one. But yeah, Robert Oppenheimer played that against Albert Einstein in a bit of a historical game. As far as I know, I can just block whenever he discovered attacks me. But my queen is not on a square to where it can be attacked whenever he moves, so that's good. And this is part of playing a new opening. Like, I literally had no idea of what that would end up looking like in the long run. And that's, I hate to say it, but I prefer computer analysis, I suppose. I guess I'll just go back. Not sure what he thinks he has with that. Maybe he's just looking for more options. But he's up a pawn. And my king's safety is complete trash. So he's much better here. But like I said, yeah, that's what happens when you learn new openings. Even if he just goes back to queen f3, he's probably borderline winning. What are you doing tonight? What's everybody doing tonight? Okay, so he wins my rook like that. When I get to, if he takes, I take the bishop, which may be a little bit inaccurate, to be honest, because I could end up trapping that knight, and his knight's really not doing anything, whereas my, his knight would be taking a piece that is not active, whereas his bishop is active. Could be one of those scenarios where it's not as bad as it looks. So, yeah, that's fine. I'll just take that. His bishop is hanging now, of course. But he can also fork me. Yeah, so I'm going to go here, and then if he takes... Actually, he should just take the knight now. Yeah, he's just absolutely smart. Yeah, so we're going to resign this. That's what happens when you learn new openings. I suppose we'll play one more. And this one will be a tried and true opening. Caro-Kann. See if we can redeem ourselves here. I suppose it is good that I try and learn new openings because I'm 1500. I needed to learn how to play e5. That's kind of just part of life. Play e6. Once the bishop is out, there's no reason not to. So we're just making for a very simple game here. This is a structure I'm very comfortable with. just develop the knight, the block, and we most likely we could go queen to a5 to threaten pushing the pawn. I actually think that knight to e7 might be a little bit more accurate, developing, putting the emphasis on development. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. Should I give away my... Should I put my bishop here? And try and upset his pawn structure. I think I'm gonna opt for that. I will have two bishops against two knights, and that'll be... Okay, so we're just gonna do this. Really? Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, he's gonna play games, so I think I just have to take there. I think I'm gonna try and pick off the pawn. I shouldn't have taken that much time there, to be honest. He'll probably eliminate my knight at some point, so I don't have a double attacker of this. So if I take this pawn, I'm guarding this square. But then he can attack my knight by going like to queen f4, and then if I castle, wait, that actually works, because then there's no longer a pin here. That's actually fine. Or I can just go here. Do I just completely kick out his queen by going to g5? I think I'll castle first. Seems alright. Yeah, g5 may be not a great idea. I don't like the lack of queen safety that would have created. I think queen here is completely fine at this point. And then I'll move my knight next. The b file being open is good for my rook. But yeah, I'll have to really analyze that last game. Okay, so interestingly, if I go here, I don't think he has a way of keeping me from winning. He can bring a rook down. I'm gonna go here first. This is really just a threatening move that improves my position, creates more trouble for him. I have ideas of coming here, potentially trading. Wait. Should I come here threatening the queen trade and then takes... Or should I back my knight up? gotta back my knight up. Basically creating more attacking chances on this side of the board. He's probably gonna push, okay, so I don't think that's a good move. Because now this simplifies the game because he doesn't want to trade his queen for my rook. Okay, now wait a second. Where does he go after rook to d8? But first I want to think, do I just want to keep on with my pawn play? He can trade the rook. I think I want to do this. Because now he can't trade my rook. And then when the e-pawn afterwards, which I think was his plan, was to take, I take back and then he takes the e-pawn, which was actually a very smart plan. I feel like I should just take with the pawn. I'm going to trade the rook first because I don't want my king to be completely naked. What did I just do? Bro, what did I just do? Okay, so that's not chess blindness, that's just being aloof. And I didn't realize that you have to, yeah, he wants to chat. Yeah, he says thumbs down. Yeah, that's definitely not a good move. So yeah, hopefully it was cool looking at the cityscape, but unfortunately we did not have a good showing tonight. I won like 4 games today so far, but yeah, we're gonna finish out at like, we're gonna finish out at 1520, which is unfortunate. I would like to get back to 1600. That's kind of the goal, is to improve over time, so we can like see how one is able to do that. Yeah, that was completely inexplicable. That was just like me thinking 3 steps ahead, forgetting about what was right in front of me. However, all games are not going to be positive experiences. Like as far as the game goes for me, the road to getting better, of course, is going to have ups and downs. Sounds like what Levy says, but yeah, interestingly enough, I don't know. Some people say he's never going to become a grandmaster like Danya. I don't know if he was just like trying to like stir things up, stir the pot or whatever. But it's curious. Maybe comment. Do you think that Levy actually intends on going through and becoming a grandmaster and believes that he can do it, or does he like the idea of it and he doesn't actually think it's possible? Interesting. A lot of other interesting theories that a person could have is, is Magnus jealous of the infamous reputation of Bobby Fischer? And although I think most people would say Magnus has proven to be better than Bobby Fischer, is Magnus like salty about the fact that he can't prove that? Interesting question. Maybe you've not been able to hear anything I could say because it was too loud out here. Hopefully you have, or at least hopefully you didn't watch the chess games, because I don't think there's anything to learn except for how to not emotionally implode whenever you get beat twice in a row like that. So with that being said, thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully it was neat to look at the surroundings here. Maybe you got some of this Latino music in the background. Hopefully that wasn't racist. Pretty sure that could be referred to as Latino music. If not, I guess you'll never see me again, because I'll be like on the ban list or whatever for the YouTube. I should probably really stop talking. Guys, have a good night. Thanks a lot for viewing, and I'll see you next time.